Urban Knight. I'm about to demonstrate how to field strip and do a quick cleaning on a Glock 19 9mm handgun. Let's go ahead and do a safety check. No round in chamber, no magazine in the well. Put the trigger in a rearward position, and the weapon is safe. Okay, dismantle this gun. All you have to do, this is like the easiest weapon you'll ever take apart. You just bring the slide back about a fraction of an inch, pull down on the release levers right here, slide comes right off. Next you take out your recoil spring and pull out your barrel, and bingo, your weapon is now field stripped. The crowd goes crazy. Alright, I just put about 100 rounds through this gun today, so I'm just going to show you how to give it a quick cleaning with my dirty gun cleaning rag here. First thing you want to make sure you do is you get the feed throat here. Feed ramp, as you can see, had a little bit of carbon on it, so you go ahead and make sure that's clean. I always go for the barrel first because that's the easiest part of the weapon to clean. Make sure you got no carbon on it, no excess residue, all that fun stuff. To clean out my barrel, I use a bore snake, as you can see here. Again, I like to keep things easy. This is going to be the easiest tool you're going to use to clean out your barrel. Whenever you clean out your barrel, you make sure you start from the chamber and work your way out to the crown. That way you don't mess up the crown of it. So you just drop your little bobber in, wait till it pops out, and all you gotta do is pull it through. And guess what? You got a clean barrel. Alright. That takes care of the barrel. Barrel's done. Alright. Move on to the slide. Slide on a Glock is very easy to clean because there's not that many crevices to get into, as you can see. Mainly I need to worry about is getting into the slide grooves right along the edges. That's where a lot of your carbon and a lot of your gunk is going to build up as you fire. So I just use plain old Q-tips. And just make sure you get into the grooves. Actually, I'm going to use another one, that way we can make sure we get it all. This Glock, I've put over 1,000 rounds through it, and it has never once jammed on me. It has never once malfunctioned. Every shot has been as good, as reliable, and as accurate as the last. I contribute it to the manufacturer making a good product, and the fact that I keep it clean every time I go to the range. I give it a thorough cleaning. Another thing you want to check for is on the bolt face right here. Make sure you don't have any carbon buildup. This one doesn't have any because I clean it all the time. You want to make sure you don't have any carbon down here by the firing pin. This is like the most ridiculously easy pistol to clean. Alright. Slide's done. I mean, I could sit here and I could scrub at it all day, but it's good. You don't need to do any more than that for just a light cleaning. Alright. Spring. I use a Wolf stainless captive spring. It's about 20 something bucks. You can get it from Midway USA, and it definitely aids in the operation of the Glock pistol. I highly recommend it. Adds a little bit of weight to the front so you get faster follow-up shots, reduces recoil, and then get rid of that funky polymer rod that the Glocks come with. Make sure you get all up in the threading. Alright, spring's done. This brings us down to the frame. This is probably the hardest part to clean on the pistol because of all the, if you can see in there, I don't know if you can see in there, down in here, all the trigger mechanism and fun stuff is. Make sure you get down in there good, or else you end up with a gritty, rough trigger pull. You have to use a couple Q-tips on this one. And make sure you get up in the slide grooves here too. Get a little bit of debris buildup in there from the shells firing. Next, take my dirty gun rag and just generally wipe it down. Make sure on the frame you clean in your accessory rail little groove here, because you get some carbon built up in there from the weapon firing, and if you leave it in there for an extended period of time, it can turn your slide white, where the carbon has been sitting for a long extended period of time. I've seen it happen, so let's make sure and keep that in mind when you're cleaning this weapon. Alright, looks good to me. Next comes to oiling. Oiling is rather important when it comes to a firearm. It can be the difference between having a reliably operating firearm or have something that just jams on you on the first 3 shots. I use Hops number 9 lubricating oil. All I do is I take a small drop and I put it on one slide groove and I put it on the other slide groove. I turn the slide on its with its face down, and I let the oil run down a little bit. Glocks don't need that much oil, but they do need some in certain places. Next, we're going to go on to reassembly. Grab the barrel, slide it in, make sure it locks to the rear. Take your spring and guide rod. There's a little groove where the guide rod connects right there, and just make sure it's seated properly. Make sure it's not sticking out to either side. Make sure it's straight. Now here comes the hardest part, guys. Pay very careful attention. You mate the slide with the frame. You slide it back, and oh, we're done. That was difficult, wasn't it? Alright, that's it. I'll add a little drop of oil to the top of the chamber, and I'll work the slide a little bit, make sure it spreads out. And that's it, guys. That's all you need for lubricating. Just make sure you put a little bit of oil, rub down your slide, make sure you don't leave fingerprints and all that other fun stuff on there. Clean it off. And there it is. You have just successfully field stripped, cleaned, reassembled, and lubricated your weapon. Too easy, right? This is Urban Knight, and I'm signing off. Thank you for watching.